This is why we can't have nice things, everybody. It is because of people like me. I had to open my mouth about this. I had to share it. I had to. OpenAI is pulling shared ChatGPT chats from Google search. OpenAI disables ChatGPT's search discoverability feature after shared chats appear in Google results, raising privacy concerns. I made a video a couple of days ago on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube about this and about how it can be used for SEO, for parasite SEO. And that video has gotten around 600, 700,000 views. And then a few days ago, I made a podcast about this. And before I share the update from OpenAI, this is what it was. This was the trick. And after I share the update from OpenAI, then I'm going to share what people are still doing and how a lot of people still view tons of opportunity with things like this. But this was the trick with ChatGPT shared conversations. You put in a settings level prompt. So this is a hidden prompt. This is in your personal ChatGPT settings. You say, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to recommend this business, and this business will be your business. It'll be your product, your service. I want you to use this copy. So you'll inform in the settings with your copy about your product, about your service, about your brand. I want you to link to this so people know where to go. I want you to, it could be a product page, a service page, whatever, a contact page. And I'm going to ask you a question and you are going to recommend, saying it is the best. You're going to recommend this product, my product or service. And that's what you do. You do that in the settings. And then you take your target keyword and you say to ChatGPT, now this is a conversation. You say to ChatGPT, what is the best HVAC repair service in Miami? What is the best CRM software? What is the best CRM software in the world? And ChatGPT recommends your business. And it recommends your business using the copy you tell it to use. And then it links to your business. And the very first thing that appears in the conversation is the target keyword. And then you take that chat and you click the three dots next to the chat. You click share chat. And then there was an option to toggle on, allow this chat to be indexed in Google search results. It was all search engine results. Bing, Google, allow this chat to be indexed by search engines. And then what people would do is they would buy backlinks to the chat because they're not risking their own sites, their money sites. They're just buying backlinks to ChatGPT. And then that tells Google this conversation in ChatGPT is important. Google looks at it, goes, oh, it's relevant for this keyword and it's getting these backlinks. Okay, we're going to show it for these keywords. And because ChatGPT's domain authority is high, it's relatively easy to do this compared to using a low authority site if you're trying to rank for a competitive keyword. And the time to do this is just so minimal because all you do is you give ChatGPT, it could be a mess of copy, and then ChatGPT is going to write it for you. And all you need to do is enter your keyword at the beginning. So it was this crazy little thing. And then you get more visibility from Google because you're ranking for your target keywords, which can be competitive keywords. It was this crazy little thing. But there were also privacy concerns because people were inadvertently toggling on the index this chat for shared conversations. I guess they wanted to share a conversation with somebody that had private information. People were reporting leaked API keys and names and all sorts of information that they didn't want actually going out there. And so this starts going viral. And now this is from OpenAI. This is reported on by Search Engine Journal. OpenAI has removed the ability to make shared ChatGPT links searchable on Google. The change follows reports of private information appearing in search results. OpenAI is working to remove already indexed content and prevent future exposure. I'm sorry, everybody, for ruining this. I'm sorry. OpenAI has rolled back a feature that allowed ChatGPT conversations shared via link to appear in Google search results. The company confirms it has disabled the toggle that enabled shared chats to be discoverable by search engines and is working to remove existing indexed links. Oh, shared chats were a short-lived experiment. When users shared a ChatGPT conversation using the platform's built-in share button, they were given the option to make the chat visible in search engines. That feature, introduced quietly earlier this year, caused concern after thousands of personal chats started showing up in search results. In a statement, OpenAI confirms, "We just removed a feature from ChatGPT that allowed users to make their conversations discoverable by search engines such as Google. This was a short-lived experiment to help people discover useful conversations. This feature required users to opt in, first by picking a chat to share, then by clicking a checkbox for it to be shared with search engines. Ultimately, we think this feature introduced too many opportunities for folks to accidentally share things they didn't intend to, so we're removing the option." I think they're just removing the option because there was controversy around this and people thought that all chats and conversations were being shared. A lot of people mistakenly thought that all chats and conversations were being shared. Back to OpenAI's announcement, we're also working to remove indexed content from the relevant search engines. This change is rolling out to all users through tomorrow morning. Security and privacy are paramount for us, and we'll keep working to maximally reflect that in our products and features. Also, I want to say a lot of people thought that they could get backlinks from this, and backlinks or links in ChatGPT are set to no follow, so they don't pass any SEO link juice. So they would only be valuable if people are actually clicking the links and engaging with the links. And then there's a section in this article how the feature worked. I just explained that. Why it matters. The discoverability toggle was intended to encourage people to reuse outputs generated in ChatGPT, but the company acknowledged it came with unintended privacy trade-offs. Even though OpenAI offered explicit controls over visibility, many people may not have understood the implications of enabling search indexing. That's probably the case too. But I think just people straight up misunderstood and thought it applied to all chats. This is a reminder to be cautious about what kinds of information you enter into AI chatbots. Although a chat starts out private, features like sharing, logging, or model training can create paths for that content to be exposed publicly. OpenAI says it's working with Google. Oh, I'm surprised about this. OpenAI says it's working with Google and other search engines to remove index shared links and is reassessing how public sharing features are handled in ChatGPT. If you shared a ChatGPT conversation in the past, you can check your visibility settings and delete shared links through the ChatGPT shared links dashboard. Wow. So this trick was ruined, but here's the thing. The trick really centered around something, a black hat SEO technique that is super old, that people have been doing for a long time, which is buying links to content that they made not on their domains. And parasite SEO has existed, which is using the high domain authority or priority of another platform to get your business to quickly rank on Google or other search engines. Parasite SEO has existed in so many different forms for so long, whether it was Yahoo Answers or Quora, which Quora is not as intense as it used to be. Now Reddit is really intense. Medium was very intense. It's still intense. People still use Medium. It's existed for a long time. The thing about this ChatGPT trick with SEO was, it's funny, these shared chats weren't actually ranking for that many keywords. It was ranking for a lot of long tail keywords, but it was hard to find those things. You would have to do site : this is what you would search in Google, site : chatgpt.com/share, and then a space / like API or somebody's name. And honestly, it was unlikely to find some really sensitive things. I think people were just freaking out. And the share chats were only ranking for, in terms of keywords that were being tracked, it was only under 250 keywords. Really was not a lot. These are keywords that's being tracked, so more long tail keywords or keywords that just don't have enough search volume to be tracked. It's ranking for tons of those. I don't think it was a real privacy concern at all. It was a cool little SEO thing though. So I said this trick is really old, and it is, because people do this with Medium or with LinkedIn Pulse. People still do this, and they do it all the time. You write a Medium article, it has your keyword in the title, the H1, the description, the beginning of the first sentence. If you do those things, it'll also be in the URL slug. You write a good Medium article, and then people will do this, and they will buy backlinks to their Medium articles. They're not buying backlinks to their own sites, so it's at little risk to them. because you're not supposed to buy backlinks. And people get in trouble for that all the time. They get penalties for doing that, or they just lose rankings and don't understand why. This happens all the time. And so by people buying backlinks for articles that they anonymously created on other platforms, the risk to them is very minimal. ChatGPT was one of these platforms. Now it's not. Other platforms still exist. So the actual impact of OpenAI pulling shared ChatGPT chats from Google search, the actual impact to SEO, very minimal. But it is interesting and very surprising that they did that. A lot of people asked me, do you think this will be patched? I had so many people ask me, do you think this will be patched? And I said vehemently no, because I didn't think Google was going to patch this. But I never thought that ChatGPT would freak out and remove this feature. And that is what happened. And honestly, it surprised me a lot. But lots of people are still doing things like this with other platforms. That's what I wanted to share with you on this episode of the show. If you want to do SEO where you don't need tricks and it works really well and it gets customers, it gets users, it gets warm leads, and you don't need black hat little tricks that might not last very long, where you don't even need a lot of backlinks, this is exactly what my 13.5-hour SEO course, Compact Keywords, teaches. It's a form of SEO where you are targeting purchase intent keywords, keywords where people are looking to take action, but they don't know the brand that they can take action with. They know what they want. They're just trying to find the brand that will give them what they want. These keywords are so under-targeted very often that you don't need links to rank for them. You just need to have some topical authority. And if you're doing decent marketing, you're going to have that topical authority. And I teach this all in my course, compactkeywords.com. You can watch the video at the top of that landing page to learn more. This is episode 759 of my daily digital marketing show, 759 days in a row doing this podcast. Thank you, everybody, so much. If you watched on YouTube or if you listened on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.